Welcome students to the subject Computer Fundamentals. In today's video we will continue the discussion of output devices. In the previous video we have discussed about the output devices like printers, and we have discussed the impact printers. Because why we call them impact printers? Because there is a mechanical movement with the printer and the paper, and these mechanical devices come in contact with the paper and then the characters are printed. And now let us study the second category, that is the non-impact printers. So in that we have two subtypes, that is the inkjet printers and the laser printers. So we call these two printers as the non-impact because there is no direct connection of the paper with the device or that the printer. So let us understand the concept of these two printers. This is the diagram of a simple inkjet printer. So what all it consists of? Basically it consists of 4 cartridges and the nozzles. So basically the inkjet printers works on the principle of spraying the ink on the paper, and the moment the ink is sprayed onto the paper, the characters will be generated or the characters will be printed. So this is the working principle of inkjet printers. So as we know that let us spray, that means inkjet printers consist of the liquids, or it consists of the ink material, and these ink materials are in the 4 cartridges. So it consists of cartridge material of different color. So in that in these cartridges we actually fill these cartridges with these ink, that it can have cyan, that is blue, magenta, yellow and black. So CMYK. So by using this combination it can print any type of characters, any type of printers can be printed, or any type of information can be printed on the paper. So it moves along a bar from one side of the paper to the other, writing as it goes. So these cartridges move from one side to the another side, left to right or from right to left, and it consists of a small nozzle like to spray the ink. So whatever the ink that is present in these cartridges, that ink will be flown through these nozzles, and then the ink is sprayed on these papers. So whatever the paper that we are going to put here, so the ink is sprayed on these paper, and then the characters will be printed. Or even for example it can print the images and so on and so forth. Many things can be printed depending on the input that we are given. So basically it consists of the small nozzle, or with that we are going to blow the ink. So these printers are very quiet and are moderately priced. That means they will not make any noise. When we compare the impact printers, like whether it is a dot matrix or chain printers, so they are having a lot of mechanical work, so they make a lot of noise. But inkjet printers and the laser printers, both, they will not make much noise, and their price is also not high, and the print quality of laser printers are much better than the laser printers. As the inkjet printers don't make any noise, or they are quiet, we use them in offices, in homes, and whenever we want to take quick prints, that time we go ahead with the inkjet printer, because the printing capacity of inkjet printers is much higher than the non-impact printers. And also not only text, we can also produce some graphics, images and some animations. All these can be printed with the help of the inkjet printers. And also if you compare the dot matrix printer, most of them are black and white, and whenever we want to go for we want to have the color printouts, we usually go with the inkjet printers or the laser printers. And the resolution of these inkjet printers is calculated in terms of the dots per inch. Now let us understand the second type of non-impact printer, that is the laser printer. as the name suggests, laser printer, why we have named this as the laser printer? Because these printers works on the principle of laser technology. Basically they use this laser beam that has to be produced on the paper, and with that the characters or the information will be printed on the paper. So this is an example of a laser printer, where this is the paper tray where we are going to put these papers, and then we are going to get the output here, or the printed information. And we can also call them as the page printers, because these printers print entire page at a time. So the earlier impact printers, if we consider, they are character printers, we can say, like they print one character at a time. But these printers, we can call them as the line printers or the page printers, because they will take very less time to print the entire page, and maybe like they can print up to 4 to 12 pages per minute. Again, it depends on which type of printing machine we are taking. So if you take the latest printers, they may almost print up to 15 to 20 pages per minute. And the higher end printers, if you purchase, then their quality and their capacity will be much higher than the older version of these printers. So if you look into the parts that are present in the laser printer, basically this is the paper tray where we actually give these papers as input, and then at the topmost layer we have this paper exit. So in between, what all it consists of? It consists of the toner, and then we have a circular movement here that we call it as the photoelectric drum or the photoceptor drum, and then this is the laser unit through which the laser light will be passed to this photoelectric drum. So how it basically works? So it consists of this laser unit through which the laser beam will be focused on this mirror, and the laser beam gets reflected, and this will be focused onto this photoelectric drum. So this basically toner consists of the ink, and these particles gets absorbed in this photoelectric drum or photoceptor, and then these will come in contact with this paper whatever we have given, and then the characters are printed on this paper. And then again the fusor is used which will erase the charged particles that are present on this photoelectric drum, and then it gets it ready for the next page. This is just to tell you how it simply works. I mean the basic working concept. You only need to remember that the laser beam is passed, and the mirror, two-sided mirror it has, so the light gets reflected, and it will be passed on to this photoelectric drum, and then with the help of this ink, the paper is getting printed. I mean the characters are printed on this paper, and then we get the output through the paper exit. Just you need to remember the basic concept in simple terms. But the drawback of laser printer is, no doubt, it is also non-impact printer and it does not make any noise or sound. But when we want to print multiple copies, like suppose for example when we want to take the prints of your question papers for the final exams, so that time we want to print more number of pages at a time simultaneously. But the problem with the laser printer is that at a time it will print only one page. So this is the problem. When we want to take multiple copies, it will take a lot of problem. We can also have the latest color laser printers, where we can have the graphics images can be easily printed with the help of the laser printers. So 2 to 3 important things that you need to highlight, and 1 or 2 advantages of this. Now let us understand about the plotters. So this is the image of a plotter. Like when we use these printers, we have got the paper size can be A4, A5 and legal size. These type of paper sizes we use. But when we want to print graphics, or say like a banner, or when we want to create some posters for some college events or some functions when we are having, so that time the printers are not sufficient for us. So for such operations or for such requirements we use these plotters. So basically not only for banners and other things, that they can be used in also for the engineering designs, like for example architectural plan of a building. Like the architects, they use these plotters to have this graphic image to be printed, and we can have this hard copy with us forever. And also like when we the mechanical engineers, when they design the models of cars or automobiles and other things, when we want to have those designs, we can use these plotters. Okay, so we can have the colored images of these designs or the plans of building and other things, and that can be printed. Or even for example you might have used your charts in your school, or the maps for of different countries. So all those can be printed by using this plotters. These are most widely used by the architects, engineers and the city planners, and for the wherever we want to have this high precision, I mean when we want to have this clear images with a large screen output, whenever we want to have, we can use these plotters. And commercially they are used to like to print the maps and the charts. For that also we can use these plotters. We have two types of plotters, and they are drum plotters and the flatbed plotters. Now let us study about the screen image projector. So these projects are very handy when we want to give some information, or when we want to have a meeting with large audience. So like in colleges and schools these days, we are seeing a lot of these projectors. So what these projectors basically will do, so it basically consists of this lens, and then we have this on and off. So basically it consists of a switch or a terminal through which we can connect it to our computer or to the CPU. So from our CPU there will be a direct connection to this projector, and what this projector will do, this will display the information or the image that is present on our system, that is on our computer system, onto the wall or onto the big screen. So for that we use this screen projectors or the image projectors. For example, if you have just a simple monitor screen, it is restricted. That means it cannot reach the large audience. So suppose there are 100 students in a class or 200 students in a class, or when we are having some functions, and that time when we want to show some information or some videos or graphics to large audience, that time we can use this image projectors, and it provides a good platform for the presenter. So whenever we are having presentation combinations, or when we are having communication competitions or events, that time we can use these image projectors. And also in our regular classes and colleges, the faculties prefer to use these projectors, because the PPT that we have prepared can be easily broadcasted into a big screen, and all the information is visible to the large audience. Even if you are sitting at the last row of a class, you can easily view this, or you can easily see this information which is displayed on the wall. So it replicates the contents of the monitor onto the wall. This is the concept of this using the image projectors. So we can create the presentations. The presentation can be also created with audio, video and images and animation. So these can be easily shown to the students or to the large audience, so that they can understand the concept more clearly. So for that we prefer to use these image projectors. And when we have some complex diagrams, those diagrams we cannot draw it on pen and paper, or we cannot do it on the blackboard. So in such situations we can prefer using these projectors, and we can show the diagrams or images on the screen or on the wall, and it will reach to the more number of students or to the large audience. And the last one that we need to discuss is the speakers. A most widely used output device when we are having some gatherings, or where we have some large audience, so that time these speakers are very helpful. So most of the common computers or our laptops will have this inbuilt speaker. These are basically the external speakers that we need to plug and play with the computer. But by default, the computers or the laptops consist of the inbuilt speaker, or we can say the internal speaker, which can produce the beeping sounds, or they can produce the audio and sounds to alert if you are making an error. Sometimes when you are making some errors, we get some alarm or warning sounds. So those can be produced by using these speakers, inbuilt speakers. To have this inbuilt speakers, we have something called as the sound card. In the motherboard, if you remember, there is a slot where we can mount this sound card, so which will help us to produce this sound in the computer. But if you are using this external speakers, apart from this internal speakers, they produce high quality sound than the internal speakers. And what these speakers will do, these speakers will convert the electrical signals into sound waves, because whenever we want to listen to music or listen to some audio, we should have this sound waves. And what these speakers will do, these speakers will convert this electrical signals, because when we are using the computer, these all are the electrical signals. So these speakers will convert these electrical signals into sound waves, so that the sound is audible to everyone, or you can just listen to the songs or music and other information, whatever we want. So sometimes we want to have these loudspeakers when we are having this video conferencing, or when we are watching movies. In such application, we can go ahead with the loudspeakers, but they make a lot of noise compared to the normal speakers or the inbuilt speakers. So some advantages we have with the speakers, that is, everyone in the room can hear the output from the computer. So if we are just using the normal computer without any speaker, and if I'm playing some audio or some video, the sound is not audible to the entire room. So in such situation, we can use these small speakers, and they can help to create an atmosphere or ambience to accompany a presentation. So whenever we are using the presentation, or when we are displaying some information on the wall or on the screen with the help of this projector, we can use these speakers, so that we can reach the many audience, or multiple audience we can reach. So they help to blind people to use the computer, because text can be converted into sound. So this is more important. Like when we are having some blind people, they cannot watch or they cannot see anything on the that is present on the PPT or that we have displayed. For such people, if we have this audio output, that is with the help of speakers, if we give the information, just audio information, if we give, they can easily listen to this, and they can understand these concepts or the information. But they have some drawbacks as well, and the output from speakers can disturb others who are trying to work. So when multiple people are working, or in a company, when multiple people are working together, and if you use these speakers and with a high volume, that may disturb the others who are working, so they cannot concentrate properly on this. So high quality external speakers can be expensive. So if you use like loudspeakers or very high quality speakers, if you take, and they are very expensive. But we can use them in many occasions whenever we are having some gatherings or meetings, and when we want to reach multiple audience, we can use these speakers. So this is all that we have with related to the output devices. So first we understood the printers, and we have also studied the impact printers and non-impact printers, and we studied the different categories of non-impact and impact printers, and then we discussed some of the commonly used output devices like speakers or screen image projectors and plotters, etc. So you need to just highlight these advantages and their simple mechanism of working. Thank you all.